This is World Comics Review, back on Comic Book Plus, and today I'm looking at Action Adventure Comics number 2, also by Stanley Morse or Key. Yeah, I had to look through what else he published after doing Algae. So yeah, this is Action Adventure Comics number 2 from 1955, and they appear to have 3 issues on this site at the moment, so I don't know how many there were in total. Anyway, good exciting cover of some GIs escaping pursuit on a commandeered Japanese motorbike. This bears absolutely no resemblance to any of the stories actually inside. So anyway, there are war stories in here. Oh. Automatic fisherman. Something like... So yeah, although it's approved by the Comics Code Authority, this is these war stories are kind of a little bit EC-ish, but not quite as hard-hitting. So young, clean-shaven green soldier sent to the battlefield. I'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, looking at this colouring, kind of this orange. I thought it was like set in the North African desert in World War II to begin with, although there's trees as well. So yeah, if we look at these uniforms, these quilted uniforms, this is actually set in the Korean War. So yeah, in these old American comics had colour to say they had colour. So the main characters or the focus of the scene got roughly accurate colours, and the backgrounds just had to take their chances with whatever was left over. So yeah, this landscape is like bright green, orange, and then purple. So yeah, this young green soldier's thrown into a foxhole and is immediately fighting off a North Korean charge. He reckons they're doing pretty well, but is ordered to retreat, and the older soldiers are telling him, you don't question orders, you just follow. So they retreat to a forest, dig new foxholes, and he realizes that they've made a kind of a arena type area, and they've surrounded it to lure in the North Korean soldiers, so follow orders and have more success. North Koreans rush into the area, get completely defeated, rush back to the foxholes they were originally in, having defeated their enemy. But yeah, there's casualties as well. Rush them to the aid stations or bury them. The young soldiers now tired out and exhausted. So more new soldiers arrive and ask him, hey, what's combat like? You're a veteran. And it was only a few hours ago that was him. Weight loss advert. Ventriloquism advert. Okay, the inevitable text story of 2 pages. So sailors on a ship pick up a guy who's nearly dead floating in a life raft. And he said he'd been hunting for treasure but had taken on a bad crew who had mutinied. During the mutiny, his ship had been set on fire, the loyal crew members killed, and he was lucky to escape. Drifted for several days, nearly starved to death. Was rescued at the last minute. So give up treasure hunting because it's crazy. Yeah, one of these comic strip adverts. And yes, it's Charles Atlas. No, it's not Charles Atlas. It's Joe Bonjomo. Invented this spring-loaded device to give you amazing muscles to get a girlfriend and get a better job, and a TV as well. Okay, human interest. This is about a journalist who has called in to investigate a crime scene, and he's hoping to get his big break, cover a major story, get his story on the front page of the newspaper. So he needs something with human interest. So goes with the police to where a crazy killer's holed up on a ship. Sneaks up the crane, drops down on the killer and arrests him. But his story's bumped off the front page by a story of a woman having 5 babies at once. So there's human interest. Killer Whales is kind of like a vaguely retelling the Captain Ahab story. This whaler vows to defeat the whale that keeps destroying his boats and always escaping him, but then it goes into the modern day and he's old now. They have sonar motorboats and exploding harpoons, and he could kill the whale that was always tormenting him, but this isn't whaling, this is killing. So he deliberately misses and retires. Another war story. Like ironic, darkly ironic EC war story. They have to capture this bridge from the Germans. They spotted, suffer casualties. Only just stop the SS soldier from blowing up the bridge and himself with it. And then this guy climbs up, throws the dynamite into the water at the last minute. And it turns out that actually High Command have decided to just bypass this bridge, so there was no reason to capture it anyway. And maybe if you're lucky you'll live another day. Radium watch. 50 toys. None of these toys represent the toys you get, they sound like really crappy ones. Second page of the treasure story, so the guy vows to give up treasure hunting, gets talking to one of the crew members, and before long they've planned another expedition. Advertising some of their other war comics. 8 different titles. I thought this was quite a small outfit, but obviously not. Well, it depends how long those titles lasted, I suppose. Clothes advert, and last story is about the atomic age and nuclear testing. So yeah, back in the day they were doing atmospheric or open air nuclear tests. They decided to blow up a small island in the Pacific, and the natives on another island, oh yeah, sorry, we're going to blow up the nearby island, so your island will be uninhabitable for 50 years. Oh well. So they take the natives and their idol, put them on the ship, but they have engine trouble, so they can't get out of range in time. The bomb detonates, but the fallout's gonna come to their ship and poison them. The natives are praying like crazy, and these guys are like, oh, what good will that do, praying to your idol? And then a submarine appears and evacuates everyone off the ship, and it's safe under the water, so they get away after all. And advert for some books. Advert to save your hair. Sell our postcards or magazine or whatever we're selling, and we'll send you vouchers to get all these amazing prizes. Honest, it works like that. You won't just end up working your fingers to the bone for some crappy trinket. And yeah, that's action adventure number 2. Some nice darkly ironic war stories, and some other pretty interesting stories. Pretty good overall. Nice bit of entertainment. It was only 10 cents back in the day. I don't know what inflation had adjusted that to. So yeah, let's see what I'll find next time.